anyone you all thought like, wow, I wish this guy came? Anyway, any misses you feel like the Premier League would have loved to see? I don't know, Messi, but no, not that sort of thing. But yeah, you think you would have made it in the Premier League, Messi?
And at this age,
I mean, let's say 29-year-old Messi
definitely.
would have made it.
Yeah, you will definitely surpass everybody. I think, yeah, with his
But you need to go to Man City lah. You need that system.
there's only a few teams that he will play for. Yeah, it's either Man City, United, maybe Chelsea. Players who can pay him teams who can pay him the money lah.
But style of football, like City would have been.
Yeah, City will be definitely match his style lah. I mean, Pep is there lah. You get what I mean?
True. Yeah. Welcome guys to another episode of SG FanTalk, the show where regular guys talk about a not so regular game of football. I have with me, no more introduction required, Jerome on my right, Jeremy on my left, or Kwok as his own, and Tess on my extreme left. Today we have an interesting show. Obviously we'll be covering game week 3 of the Premier League. Of course, this is also the weekend that the transfer window is just closed. We'll be covering that and our thoughts. The FPL, how can we miss that? Guru here and wannabe Guru's also here. We'll be covering what we think about FPL. Mine, spoiler alert, mine's really bad. And maybe some bonus chat about whether we think we'll see the first Singapore player in the Premier League and our thoughts about it. But yes, back to the week 3 of the Premier League. I mean, there's one result that stood out, but let's just cover that, shall we? Like, what do you guys think about the week, the match week 3?
Match week 3, the United-Liverpool game.
No surprises.
No surprises. No, it's a big surprise. It's a big surprise.
Really?
To lose so much, to lose 3-0 to Liverpool, 3-0, 3-0. No, everybody, when I go eat roti prata, everybody.
What were you thinking when let's rewind back a few days before the weekend, right? What do you think was going to happen? What was your...
My prediction last week was 2-1 to United.
Episode,
Yeah, 2-1 to United.
2-1
actually,
United.
yeah.
What do you guys predict?
3 or something, I think. 1-1 4-3 scoreline.
United.
No, Liverpool win.
I must have not...
3 is correct.
What were you?
Also a Liverpool win lah. Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got definitely... I mean, I'm trying not to make it all about that game, but I'm pretty sure there's so much cover over there. What do you think happened there? Like, what was your own takes or what happened there during the game? How did United lose so much at home? Again, right?
I mean, the result, there was no surprise in the result. It's the way that they lost, the way that they played, which was very disappointing. I felt that there's still lack of shape and an overall game plan for United lah. Just seems like they're running around and trying to string passes together seems a difficult chore also.
I mean, on top of the glaring mistakes that the Casemiro did, I think you still have to give credit, to the Liverpool squad. I think Slot in his interview, after the game spoke about how he actually deployed the players tactically in a manner which they could press United high. And in an event where they win the ball, they are four runners like with Salah, with Jota, and Luis Diaz, who is also there to give support once the ball is won high up in the United half. So tactically wise also, I think Liverpool had already that one up. Even if those 2 goals wouldn't have been conceded, I think maybe they would still went on to take the W.
They started well though. The first 20 minutes,
Yes.
I think United can say.
But I don't know whether you all noticed or not. With the start of the game, Liverpool and Man United actually played a very similar type of game, high pressing game. So when they press high, right? They're actually pressing with a 4-2-4. 4 defenders, 2 centre mid and 4 up front. Exactly the same. So it's actually a mirror image. So when United has the ball from defense, right? Onana, Lisandro and D-League has the ball, right? Liverpool will have 4 people up front pressing and then 2 DMs. And when Van Dijk and Alisson have the ball, right? Man United also have 4 people up front. Exactly the same gameplay. But what was the major difference is the centre midfielder. Who was the main player of the day? Gavin Birch, right? He I don't think he's a centre midfielder, right? He's more like a winger and sort, but
So
He's the monster is got
Yeah.
legs to run
He-
and run.
yes. Yeah, he can play any position, but the thing is, his awareness is so good. Look at his scanning. Every time when he asks the ball, he always look for his back or left or right. Ask for the ball, take and turn. He has the pace and power, technique and vision. The two. That was the major difference.
The ball
for
carrier part for him was the difference lah. To
Exactly.
beat the line.
So the crucial difference was the center midfielders. Yeah, if you look at it. So the biggest problem with this high press of a 4-2-4, right? Whenever the two attackers or the four attackers press too high, there's space in the center, two midfielders. That's where Gavin Batch always get the ball from Van Dijk or from Konate, right? Konate, he turn. He has the pace and power to push forward, which United was lacking. Every time when Manu get the ball, Szoboszlai was there, Gavin Batch was there, somebody was there to press him. But when Gavin Batch get the ball, right, he has the pace, the technique, and the awareness to move the ball forward.
And of course, to add to that, the first touch, Gavin Batch, I remember he received the ball from Van Dijk. The first touch into space, he already killed the entire United midfield
Exactly.
with that one touch.
And
It was a forward, one touch into space, then looked up, found one of the attacking players, and I think that was how they actually scored the first goal.
correct.
From that one attack, and after that, I mean, they actually won the ball back by giving it away. Yeah,
But
it was all in that sequence.
very naive from United. You lose the ball, I think a few times right in the first half, like first 2 times, right?
Lost the ball a couple times.
You should know that this tactic doesn't work anymore. You can't play the ball out of defense. What should you do? Shut down, play the long ball. You have a very tall striker. What's the guy? Zirkzee. He looks like he can hit the ball, Play
Or at least hold up the ball well.
change your gameplay. You know that if you cannot play your way out of defense, right? Change your game style.
So I think it goes back to what we mentioned last week again, like on the field, then who should be the one calling, for a change? Would it be like the manager communicating to the team? I mean, it also goes back down to whether the manager is the one behind the scenes.
I feel that the manager should be the one who tell the players to change their gameplay. I mean, the players themselves, they can change definitely, but then who is the main guy of the whole team? The manager itself. Look at Casemiro. He may have made 2 mistakes, but I think he tried his best lah. I mean, when you sign him for United, this is not what you want him to do. Take the ball, play the 30-yard pass, and take the ball and dribble. You want him to be like a DM to win all the tackles, block, protect the midfielder.
Left to tackle and win.
Exactly. So I feel that for this game, I mean, he made 2 mistakes, very very crucial mistakes. But to put him as a scapegoat, very very hard on him lah. Yeah. So.
I mean, it didn't help that also he got hooked off at half time, right?
Yeah.
But, I'm glad you brought up Casemiro because that was gonna be the elephant in the room. Like, I mean, if you're a United fan, clearly you're hurting, and the simple instinct would be to put the blame on Casemiro, right? I mean,
I was upset with Bruno.
oh yeah, they lost quite a lot of balls as
Totally ineffective.
Yeah. No, but look at the first 2 goals when United concede. It was like in the separate through Manu or Casemiro or something like that, right? Where was the left back and right back? Dalo
They
was
all
from
push up already.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why so naive? Why push up so high against Liverpool? If you play against Ipswich or some other weaker team, I can understand you can take the risk. But play against Liverpool, where you have Salah, you have Diaz, you have Szoboszlai, you have Gavin Batch, you have Jota. Against this player, you should be more disciplined. Tuck in. Don't be so aggressive. Don't be so...
A bit more prudent lah.
Exactly.
Again, also might be the manager's plans to, when we win the ball, how wide you go. Yeah, being ready to support in spaces.
Naive,
Of course, they didn't expect also to be, losing the ball in those kind of areas. And
By right, shouldn't lose one. You're not supposed to lose the ball number 6, right? You win back the ball, you don't lose it straight away. Everyone will be bowling forward.
You should be prepared to lose the ball, I feel, against Liverpool, against Chelsea, against Man City, because this is their style of play. They're going to press you high. Yeah, so you should be prepared for this kind of situation.
Like some of the ball loss was like in tennis terms unforced errors, right? It's not like they were under huge pressure, then they lost the ball. Some of them were really like a literal
Pass out.
textbook pass to make with the right weight, which we expect professionals would know how to do, lah. And then I think that's part of the frustration of like well, at least United fans, of how we retain, recycle the ball. Well, it's always a breakdown in the final third. I mean, the stats were like actually even. Took a possession attempts, but obviously stats and what actually happened in the game is a total different thing. I don't know. I just think that is where the frustration comes, right? And then you're relying on Bruno and the guys who are like supposed to make something happen. Clearly, just did not show up, and make mistakes. I think considering also the fact that they are leaders in the team, that reverberates through the entire team. The confidence level is short.
You could tell lah.
Yeah,
the confidence went down after second goal. It's like, I don't know.
I thought he played well. He tried his best. He played well. His positioning was very good. Intercepted a few balls, especially against Jota, Diaz.
But that's the early part lah. After that,
Yeah, but
you can
most of the time he was isolated. He was alone. The only person he could count on was Martinez. His right back and his left back were far in front, which is again naive lah. I feel very, very naive. It's the same as the Brighton game last week. You know that Brighton is coming to you so aggressively with numbers forward, and you still want to take risks when you know that your team, it needs help, especially your center midfielders, Manu and Casemiro.
I'm glad you brought up Brighton, Jerome. Thank you so much, because it was actually going to be the next game I was covering. The first game that kicked off the weekend, right? Arsenal and Brighton. Brighton looking like, proving again, actually it's not even a surprise, right? Last season they did pretty good. And this season showing like, hey, we're not one off. I think 2 wins. And
2 wins and a draw. Yep.
It's a draw, right? And then good opposition some more. Also, of course, you got to cover, they had some help with Declan Rice being sent off.
They play very good football.
Before we go there, the Declan Rice recard. I'm Arsenal fan, resident Arsenal fan here. Like, I mean, what do you make of the red card?
I think harsh. Like in general, yes, he did run foul of the law. He did, move the ball away when they were about to take a free kick. But you could tell clearly, Veltman, he wasn't gonna play a through ball of sorts from where he was. Like he was in the corner of this defensive area. He wasn't realistically gonna launch a through ball to Welbeck or João Pedro. There was clearly João Pedro. João Pedro.
There's no way that I was going to throw away the ball.
Yeah, so he was playing into it as well. So I mean, Veltman just did any professional work.
Played the game.
Yeah, he played the game and got away with Declan having the second yellow card, and that ultimately changed the whole dynamic of the game. I think the first half it was pretty one-way traffic. I think Arsenal played very well in the first half, and it was just unfortunate that it happened in the 49th minute, and after that it's like Arsenal just playing the break. Generally, I think I'll be happy with the draw, seeing how we could have also easily lost that game.
And Brighton are a good side.
Yeah.
Brighton are a really good side.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I saw the Declan Rice red card once, and then just before the show, I watched it a few times again. Shit, the ball was rolling when Wilmer was kicking it. Every day, contentious on you can't get a free kick, it's rolling, right?
Yeah.
Declan was kicking it away.
Yeah, at the corner of eye, I saw how Declan was still remonstrating with the ref, and then when he saw the ball at the corner, he just stuck his foot out. He didn't even see Veltman coming in to take a swing at the ball, so he was played lah. I mean, it was just a series of
It's a naughty thing that,
correct.
It was an instinct lah at that point in time. I think most footballers will do that lah.
Yeah.
At the point in time. But he deserved. I think he totally deserved the second yellow card. Not a straight red, but a second yellow card. Yeah. Because nowadays the rules say that if you stop a quick free kick that results in a counter attack or a play, you will get a card. So I think
that's fair, right? If you want to bring rules into the equation, he definitely did, break that rule. It's just unfortunate that maybe also from a neutral point of view, you wanted to have a game where you could see attacking prowess, on show lah. But I think Arsenal just had to, play very defensively thereafter. But the issue now is also Declan being suspended, and the marquee signing for Arsenal. Okay, I wouldn't say marquee, but I think Marino was a very, 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 very good buy. But he's out for the next 3 games or so with a fractured shoulder in his first training session with Arsenal.
wow.
So they are quite
Welcome to the English Premier League.
light. They're quite light in that area now. I think that's a concern for the Gunners fans next couple of weeks.
Who else who can play? You got Partey, you got Vieira, right? And
But
Calafiori.
Calafiori is more of a left back, centre back.
Yeah, I think he can move up. He can move up and do it. He's
But it'll be interesting to see how Arteta decides to shape the team up, because I think Zinchenko also possibly play that position as
We have
well.
a few players who can play that position.
Yeah, and obviously we have Sterling, so maybe we might see Saka going back to left back, and he started playing left back for Arsenal.
Oh yes, I was surprised that Trossard started the match.
I mean, Trossard,
Yeah.
when he scored the goal last week,
That was
it was a proving point to Arteta to start him, right?
I was quite impressed with him actually. The
Yeah.
game when he sent a few crosses on the left wing, which is right. So
Yeah, I really love watching a game with dynamic wingers that go down, sending cross, you know. It's a bit more old school.
Wait, Anthony? Okay, I mean, speaking of the other games also that happened, I don't want to. I want to make sure we have enough variety of games. We don't just start with Arsenal, United, Liverpool, right? I'm staring at a particular game which is Everton.
Yeah.
Without a win yet this season, I think we called them in the first episode relegation candidates, right?
Yeah.
3-0, 4-0 to Spurs. The opening day 3-0.
2-0 up
they throw
against
throw away.
4-0, and then they lost to Bournemouth at home again. Wow, I mean,
They were 2-0 up with 80 minutes played, and they conceded 3 goals. No, I don't think it's
that was
long,
a
but
crazy game. That was a crazy game. I think the goals were in the 87, 90 plus 2 in injury time,
yeah,
and 90 plus 6.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a mad game, right? I mean, what do we think about Everton, man? They look actually like a decent side of people, right?
Yes, they do.
And then, what do you think's happening there, man?
I don't know.
game management. Again, game management. I mean, if you're like 2-0 up,
And it is something
yes, what should
kind
you
of
do?
locked down already.
And your first win of the season at home, you need to get the 3 points. Very crucial. Why are you committing players up front? Exactly. You think about it.
They got it wrapped up already, right?
Yeah.
But what if they were actually not committing players and they were actually just
Outplayed.
outplayed by Bournemouth in that
So,
7
I mean,
or
if
so
you
minutes?
look at the highlights, the goals, right? They were still committing players. They
left
wanted
a lot of holes at the back.
they left a lot of holes on the back. Yeah. So somebody should tell the players. They said, hey guys, let's get the win. Let's get the 3 points. Whether we lead by 1 goal, 2 goals, 3, it doesn't matter. It's still 3 points. You get what I mean? Yeah.
So actually, it also brings to mind this. I know teams or managers have sometimes brought in a defensive player when they are leading like a goal or 2 up. But let's say it's your favorite team playing and you guys are so-called cruising like in the Everton game. Would you all be happy with seeing a defensive player coming on? I mean, considering notwithstanding they really need to win this first game and they're in a good position too. But generally, would you all want to see your own manager bring in a defensive player?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I told them up. Will be okay with
It's a great result in the Premier League, man. 1-0 is 3 points anywhere.
2-0 is one of those scores where if the opponent score one, it's 2-1, then it starts to get shaky. So I feel 2-0 result is one of those scary ones.
So that means if 2-0, you bring on a defensive player. But what if, let's say,
depends how late in the game, right? If you're talking about
So let's say-
70th minute.
around 80th, 70th,
You close shot already, right? You get wrapped with 3 points. It's a tough league, right? All 20 teams can deliver. And,
I mean, it's very early in the season. Everybody's trying to get their match fitness. Not everybody is fit. So at the late stages, definitely people will have fatigue, a lot of cramps coming in. So make use of your substitution, short down your team, make sure the defense is there, make sure the team shape is there. Yes. Be compact.
I only ask because I still feel that sometimes if we are up, we should just continue to play the way we have been playing.
Because you're the goal big or goal home.
That's what happened to that's what happened to Arsenal the past few seasons. Arteta's style was like, I get 1-2 goals, I want to score more. In India, what happened? If you don't lock it down, you don't get the 3 points.
To be fair, Arteta has
He's mellowed down a lot.
He mellowed
Yeah,
he did
yeah.
bring, but then that's why I question those decisions to actually do something like that. Especially, right after maybe a defensive sub, the opposing team scored, then you're like, why do we bring off our attacker now? We need to score another goal, you see. Because I guess for me, it's always scoring more is always better than, Like the Madrid of last season, let's make sure you score more than your opponents. It's my mantra, basically, what I'm saying.
Because football is also like a game of probability. Like if you have 3 attackers, I will have 5 defenders. You have 4 attackers, I'll have 6 defenders, for example. So if you can score, good for you lah. I mean, you're a much better team. But the game of probability, I have more numbers compared to your attackers. The chances of me keeping a clean sheet is higher. So this is football. I mean, that's what they should apply actually in all the games. So very naive for Everton.
Yeah.
To look at that.
I think I think naive is one thing. They seem to have also lost a bit of plot in terms of the discipline, right? I'm not sure what's happening there.
I mean, after scoring so many goals after 2 or 3 games, right? I mean, you get excited lah. You think, this is the game that we should score more. No? We should be able to score 5-6 goals, but
Maybe they were already celebrating
Exactly.
and lost focus.
yeah, they lost focus. I'm sure they lost focus. You think
Do
that,
we actually do that as well? Have we ever done that? I don't think so.
Lost, like, no lah.
I may or
come back lah. Come back.
I mean, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
Done that lah, maybe.
I mean, I'm just saying that because if we can think like that, surely, these professional players also won't be, having those thoughts like, oh, let's chill, let's relax.
Complacency. I mean, we play football before, we know that we score so many goals first half, second half, let's score a few more. You start committing numbers and everything. Opponent can play, they might be unlucky in the first half, but if they can play, they know that, they might be complacent, they're going to commit numbers, we score a few goals. That's what happened to Everton.
Scoring a few goals also was Erling Haaland. FPL's favorite son. I know you guys out there are captains and everything. I left him out as captain.
Triple captain.
I am not going to talk about the City game because they clearly, walked all over West Ham. But I guess I'll talk about this international break. Haaland's on 2 hat-tricks, and then the next game is Brentford. Do you see the hat-trick happening? You guys see that happening? Erling Haaland, another hat-trick.
I think it'll be cool to see. Yeah, and the stats will tell you otherwise, but let's just
Never been done, right?
yeah, let's just wish that it happens.
It's never been done.
But I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised, definitely.
As a neutral, I want to see things that hasn't been done, before. So of course, go for it, man.
He looks sharp. He
looks sharp this
confident.
season. Yes.
Very confident.
Definitely the lack of the Euros.
Yes. Play the part.
Did play a part, so yeah. Because he's also playing against people who have been playing in the Euros, coming back, So maybe also that all played into how his current form is, which is blistering, basically.
Yeah, I watched a bit of the West Ham City game. The image or the look he give you, right, is like super confident. It's like you give the ball to him, right, 9 out of 10 times, right, he will keep the ball on target, and most likely he will score. Look at the first goal. Was it the first? No, second goal he scored. The keeper could have saved, but he was so powerful.
Yeah.
He just went through the keeper itself, Yeah.
He looked like when he first joined City, the start, remember? He was like just banging goals non-stop.
Correct.
Something kind of changed a bit last season, but then now he looks like a bit.
He improved a lot. I mean, he last season he was like more of a counter-attacking type of striker where you need the space. You need to play him the through ball. He run to space. We use his pace and power. But now you look at the West Ham game, right? West Ham is playing very low block, super low at the penalty box. So by right, he shouldn't be touching much of the ball. But his hold-up play has improved a lot, this season especially. You play the ball to him, he can hold the ball, he can move left or right and everything, which is a big improvement compared to last season. So that's why I think
Actually, what I
his
want to
confidence
ask
is there.
How much credit do you think Pep should take away from all these games that just clearly being so easy?
I mean, I think it's the same theory as, Ted. I don't go back United again, but the same reason teams fail, I think the team succeed also same reason. The manager typically has a huge say in that, right? What goes around, what the personal instructions, how they are setting up or of the ball running, a lot of different nitty-gritties that go in the game, right? So
then will you think
that's the credit, to me.
will you think that Pep would take a team like Ipswich and progress them,
Given enough time, which Pep also required as a team.
And he
actually
needs a
means-
certain type of player to
Not that long, he didn't take that long to win his first trophy but I'm just saying
Right? The set of players he had when he inherited were already a decent squad. So even Fish, of course, he'll be relative, it's still need some time, but I think you'll get there.
Because I think definitely,
Saudi money, of course.
yeah, the Man City squad is the depth. I mean, the players are also assisting Haaland, right? So the system is how they are playing with, and they have all these ball players and these playmakers who can give the ball or present those opportunities to their main man, Haaland, to get onto the end of it. So that whole system, if you apply it to maybe a lower league team, it probably works so, right? That's what I'm saying lah.
You need the players lah. The system is not
Conditioning,
the system itself is not enough.
Let's hope he gets the Everton job. So he can prove people wrong.
I don't think he has anything to prove already lah, right? His record speaks for himself. So I feel that the next challenge should be taking on, this type of clubs that are just need help lah, in a sense, right?
But
Put it
to
bluntly.
play Pep style, you need a certain type of players, certain groups of players. Not anybody can play. So when Pep came over to City, he let go a lot of players. Right? Look at the goalkeeper. What was the goalkeeper?
He wasn't a ball playing goalkeeper lah.
He was a very good goalkeeper, but not
Either
ball
ball playing, very good tight space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, how many
Help
keepers that Man City actually signed over the past few years? A lot, right? Look, they been through a lot. They finally found Ederson, who is good enough to play their style.
Almost left.
Almost left also, correct. So to play Pep style, only a certain type of players that can.
But I think, in England, such a huge, supported by so many different leagues, surely you can still identify some of this, unpolished diamonds in the rough who have that kind of, they probably can deliver on a lower level. You just probably have to groom them, lor.
Correct. But it's all about consistency. Right? To be a professional, you need to be consistent. Actually, all professionals are around there. One. We could have the same level as a professional, but they can send the ball from our half to the second half 10 times out 10 times.
Yeah.
But for us, maybe we can do one time. So that's the biggest difference. They are consistent. Yeah. So to be a professional, you need to be consistent. Yeah. So to be a Man City player, you need to be like a 11 out of 10, that kind of thing. You cannot ever make the mistakes. If you compare to a Liverpool player or United player or Chelsea player nowadays, Man City players are different level, mentality-wise and everything, because of Pep lah.
I'm gonna cover one more game that I picked out before we cover the transfer window, which is also an exciting topic. Newcastle and Spurs, right? I actually caught that game.
Harvey Barnes' goal was sick.
But Tottenham actually dominated the game. Newcastle sucker punched them at the end. Who was it? I forgot.
Isak and
Isak.
Harvey
It was
Barnes.
just a lapse, and then they just cut through the whole defense, and Isak was there for tap in, essentially. But yeah, Spurs losing. I think also a team with a lot of hope this season with Ange as the manager. What do you guys think about Spurs so far?
I mean,
Top 4 side still?
no, I don't think so. I don't think a top 4.
Not much reinforcements also, right? This window.
They made that loan move for Werner permanent,
Yes, they did.
right?
Yeah.
Apart from that, no notable signings to speak of. But I think Newcastle also did a double against them last season. And I think it was a whopping scoreline. I think they beat them like 4-0 and 4-2 last season. So actually, the odds were quite good in that sense for Newcastle to actually take this win against the Spurs. So, to me, I think that wasn't really a surprise. But to answer your question about Spurs being a top 4 side, I seriously doubt that.
How about Newcastle?
Now, Newcastle with the Champions League commitment, I don't think they will be able to keep pace with the. I mean, this season we even have the Chelsea, and maybe. I mean, the big 6 is there again generally, and I don't think Newcastle also would be able to compete with their commitments to the Champions League.
Yeah, but I think to me one of the takeaways, not just of the game but Newcastle's season last season, Eddie Howe, right? So on topic of managers again, right? Like the effect and impact he has had on the team. Yes, he has had reinforcements. Maybe also a hybrid of your opinion on like City bringing in right players or having the resources to have that. I think that Eddie Howe is another classic example, right? Like doing great job, hasn't lost a game so far this season. Did great last season, Champions League football, right? And, I don't know, it's the food for thought in terms of managers and where they are. I stand on the side of managers having an impact. Of course, players have to do their part, but for me, the answer to Pep again, yeah, full credit to him. I mean, yeah. Okay. That's, we couldn't cover all the games. Chelsea drew 1-1 to Palace, unlucky. But anyway, the weekend also meant the deadline day for the transfer window was closed. There were some very interesting moves. Not so interesting moves. United did the biggest business in this window, right? 600, was it like 400 mil spent on players?
Around there. That's right. And then we had Jadon Sancho leaving for Chelsea on the last day. But just looking back on deadline day, it doesn't have to be this deadline. This transfer window. Anything that stood up for you guys in that aspect?
Any moves you think like, what? Look like move of the transfer window. I think you said one before the show started, right?
The chaser.
I mean, yeah,
transfer,
this
right?
season, I can't recall like prior seasons, like who would be my standout pick. But yeah, I think the standout one this year would be the Chiesa. Liverpool stepping him up for Juve for like 12, 13 million. It's a very good piece of business there, if you ask me. And I think Chiesa has proven himself on the international level at the same time. And of course, playing with a team like Juventus, also in the mix. You're playing, top quality football, just, playing lower oppositions. So I think that's a fantastic business. I think Liverpool, past few transfer windows, has always proven, with their buys,
They wanted to sign him
they have a winning
few seasons
formula.
ago, right?
Yeah.
Like for 90 million or something,
Yeah.
right?
Correct. And then it's now like a bargain. And then they even signed Firmino for a fantastic price or so, I think.
10 million.
Yeah, from Frankfurt or from German
Looks
league.
like
So I think Liverpool has something.
Shopee 88.
Discount voucher, they always apply the voucher.
Yeah, that's why.
I think the gamble will be very low risk. If it turns out well,
Yeah, exactly.
12 million pounds, right?
Exactly.
But that means they've been following him for the longest time. They made an offer for him, so he know that this is the player that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just happened that he's in this situation, and this is a bargain at 30 million, right? 12 or 30 million. Wow.
I mean, you always see that the player wants to come to the team, right? Do you think it will matter, or the agent just pushes them? Like, do you think the player performs better if it's like boyhood club, and I really want to play?
It was, right? I saw a photo.
I want to make the team
club,
better.
Liverpool is his team, right?
I mean, that's what I always claim to read.
I mean, everyone says that.
Yeah, everyone says that.
Yeah, like,
oh, funny sign for my dream club.
You see, Sancho also say that. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
how true we don't know lah.
Yeah. They probably have all
But
this PR
do
training.
you think it matters? Like, is it a player push or player pull, or is it an agent push?
I think to them, firstly, they are also top players. So joining any club would also be a very good move or good positive in that direction, right? For them to even want to move, it means something that their current club isn't doing, well. So generally, they have the luxury of, let's say you're a good player, choices of clubs to go. And I think every club will be exciting for you to perform at. So to answer your question, yes, if let's say, if it's really indeed like, wow, this guy came from the youth system but was rejected, after that now get a chance to come back. I think they also has some elements of the player wanting to prove everybody.
I mean, because you can see players like Di Maria, Sanchez. It's very clear from day one that they don't want to be around. It's either for money or.
Yeah. So I think that's the teams also make a big difference. Look, I mean, Chiesa, if like Liverpool comes for me, I don't mind taking a pay cut because I know that they play interesting football. They play in the league. Exactly. But United comes for me, and I'm going to sign for United now at this moment, right? I'm going to ask for a very high salary.
Yeah, then the motive becomes wrong already, right?
Correct. So it depends. It depends on the team itself. I feel that if it's Arsenal, Tottenham, even Tottenham or Newcastle, for Chiesa, he will be very interested to play for them. But United now,
I mean, okay, you think when you was thinking about coming to Liverpool, so you've got Luis Diaz, you've got Salah, Shota, and I think those are the main guys up front, right? You mean, do you think you'll be looking at that like, yeah, you know what, I think I can
Definitely.
Yeah, he's a
yeah.
replacement for Salah, definitely. Salah is like 32, 33 this season.
33 a year.
Yeah.
But in my mind right now, if you ask me, out of those three, Jota would be the first. Yeah.
To go off.
Jota, I still think he's probably like a Trossard kind of player. Impact player, can't really play the full 90, not really that decisive in games. Yes, he does turn up and score, just like exactly like Trossard, but he's not the marquee kind of a guy like Salah. Or I think even Diaz now has put his name in the hat for a marquee player, you know.
I think Diaz was lucky that day against United.
Okay lah, he was lucky,
Compared
but
the first three
Walao,
games
you
at
got
United,
Onana in goal. Any
like
any
the first goal he hit
No, but-
in, right? Szoboszlai was just beside him. Szoboszlai
Yeah.
gave him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, brother, let you score. Otherwise, he won't score. You know, Jota is more threatening. He was the one putting away Deling and Martinez to give Diaz the space and everything. So you need a certain type of player to play for Liverpool. You need team players. You know,
It's very.
I mean, if you
team
look
player.
at Real Madrid now, Mbappe and Vini, what's happening now?
Yeah.
Both of them don't want to play
Not
to each
gelling,
other.
yeah.
Yeah, not gelling. Both of them think they are the best
somebody
players
need
in the
to
world.
be the lead, and somebody need to be the
Exactly.
supporting cast.
Exactly.
And Liverpool seems to have that.
Yeah, they gel very well. Look at Salah. Salah is assisting players for like no reason.
Yeah,
He can score, but no, he rather pass to his teammate and score. So the agenda, the mentality is different if you compare.
I'm going to ask a question that's a bit left field. Instead of covering maybe not the players that came in, who do you guys think, like, we wish he would have come this window to the Premier League? Because, I mean, our topic is Premier League. Right? That's what we talk about all the time. But anyone you all thought, like, wow, I wish this guy came. Anyway, any misses you feel like the Premier League would have loved to see, I don't know, Messi, but no, not necessarily happening. But yeah,
I would love to see De Gea come back.
we'll move to Fiorentina, right?
Yeah.
Or Simhan, I thought he was linked to Chelsea, right? Would have been a great in Premier League.
yeah. I think
10-year contract.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. The end of 10-year contracts, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think having mentioned Messi, I think Messi maybe still left some question marks. Yes, I think undoubtedly maybe good kind of a player, but for him to not play in the Premier League is also maybe something that if he could reconsider. But I don't know, because he was doing very well at Barcelona back then, but it would be good to actually see how he would have actually survived the Premier League, the rigors of the Premier League. How intense, the players come at you.
I think
maybe
that's why he didn't come.
You think he would have made it in the Premier League, Messi?
And at this age,
I mean,
No,
let's
when-
say 29-year-old Messi
definitely.
would have made
Yeah,
it.
he will definitely surpass everybody. Messi, yeah. If he's with his,
But he need to go to Man City. You need that system.
there's only a few teams that he will play for. Yeah, it's either Man City, United, maybe Chelsea. Players who can pay him teams who can pay him the money lah.
But style of football, like City would have been.
City will be definitely match his style lah. I mean, Pep is there lah. You get what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that kind of. I mean, there's so many players that came through the doors and Declan Day. I mean, for me, Chris Wood was interesting, lah. Right? I didn't realize he was a newly minted signing for Forest. Has 2 goals so far this season, looking like a shrewd buy.
His last season is on loan, is it?
Yes, last season he was on loan.
I thought it was at Newcastle all along.
No, he was at Forest already last season.
He was on loan.
Then they
Now
loan
he's
him out
the permanent
or he loaned him out to Newcastle.
So not really new player lah. So I thought it was a new guy, like 2 goals, not bad, good start. Okay. I mean, transfers also means some of the players we put into our FPL last weekend. Laughing because below average fine yet again after the World Cup. FPL. I'll just go to the guru here. What was your summary of FPL game week 3?
Obviously,
Captain's choice.
yeah, captain choice. Actually, I called it last week by saying that I should have left Salah as captain, but I think as the week progressed, I made up my mind to actually bring Palmer in. So I took a -4, and since I already brought Palmer in, and with their good run of form against the struggling Crystal Palace, I thought Palmer was the captain pick for me. So unfortunately, I got the captain's pick wrong, and I also suffered a fair bit, being under the average But I think in my league positions, I'm still not that far off from the top. I think I've dropped a few places, but it's just only like a 30-point gap. So I think no need to press any alarm bells right now. There are still the international week coming up, so probably wait
2 weeks.
Wait to assess who to bring in next. And I
Are you
think
typically, just maybe tips for beginners, are you typically waiting till the tail end of all the games and then you start thinking about selection, or you just are going to be progressively deciding anyway? Because some players might be injured, right? After the
correct. So the thing is, I mean, FPL, there's also this thing about the market value. So it's a supply and demand kind of algorithm going back in the background. Obviously, if you bring in a player, let's say on Monday after the Sunday games, that surge might not be, you wouldn't be like paying an extra 0.1 to purchase a certain player. So it is then wise to wait till, a transfer deadline like your Friday or your Thursday night to put in that transfer. But that also means that everybody else is doing it. And coupled with all the info that we have on YouTube, have all the experts who give out their advices, then people would also react.
And now us.
Yes. So, I mean, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
If you think that a player is definitely not going to get injured, then, but I still err on the side of caution. So I tend to make my transfers, closer to the deadline.
So for the guys watching just to repeat that again, the supply and demand dictates the pricing also, right?
Yes.
So arguably, just thinking layman, say, I don't know, who's like, say, Joe Linton
Yeah.
grabs like 2 hat-tricks in a row, then a lot of guys will be wanting to jump on that. Then that affects it's an international game, but it affects the
Yes, it does.
FPL pricing.
Yes,
that's
it does.
Interesting. Yeah, something you can note, right?
Yeah. So actually, if every player you click on them, you scroll to the last end, there's actually a price. It actually charts their price rises and stuff. So actually, like for Haaland, for example, coming off 2 hat-tricks now, his price is actually risen 0.1. I mean, risen. Sorry. Thank you. Risen 0.1. So. I mean, that's the effect that you see there with people trying to get Haaland into their team. I think the initial divide was that people were struggling to fit 2 marquee FPL stars in your starting 11. So you either had Haaland or you either had Salah. So, but I think now the strategy seems to have
Both.
Yeah, both. Having both and then just discarding the rest of the other signings or making very, very cheap, astute purchases to accommodate to these two. So yeah, I mean, we have the international week, so I guess we'll just wait and see because there might be injuries and stuff to be concerned with.
Jerome, I see you staring at your team. Well, and you got 85 points.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a
mine as
very
This is what, half
good,
of it,
very good week for me.
Lucky not half,
Yeah.
but 54. How are you thinking about the following week, like the next game week 4? What are your thoughts now?
Game week 4.
Are you touching this team? Are you making some transfers or
I haven't really thought about game week 4 yet, but
anyone you want to drop at the moment?
yeah, nobody, because I have 2 of the heavy hitters. I have Haaland and I have Salah on my team. Yeah. So looking at the next few game weeks, right, very good games for Liverpool and City. But I was just thinking about what Tess was talking about earlier on about the value drop. I mean, I lost quite a lot of money recently because of Nkunku. Yeah, I bought him for 6.5. The moment I saw him, he was like 6.3. So I lost 0.2. And then the player that I bought him, Morgan Rogers, was 5.1.
So
actually, eventually, I lost like 0.3.
0.3, correct.
Villa guy, right?
Yeah, this is a Villa guy. Correct. It's good.
FPL aside, but he looks good.
Very, very impressive players.
Impressive, yeah.
I was
So when
telling,
do they increase the value of the players? Do you know?
depending on how many players like us, right, in FPL actually buys the player.
It's live one, or it's like after
Yeah, it's
Saturday, and then
They see the next search again.
Yeah, so you could start on the same day itself. So once you do your after the transfer deadline, right? If everybody starts to buy the player, right, the percentage of the players will increase, and then the value will eventually increase.
so it's better to buy early, lah.
Yes. So there are a few websites or apps you can find online that gives you a price predictor. They'll tell you exactly when the price of your player is going to decrease or increase. So that's where you can protect your value. But it depends on your style of FPL. Some players don't care about value. They only wait for the news of the players and everything. Then they decide to transfer at the last day or transfer. But some players want to protect value because it makes a difference. like for me, I lost a 0.3. This 0.3 could
Had easily gone into another.
could buy me Carl Palmer actually next week, but because of this, I
Who's
come
Carl
back.
Palmer?
Carl Palmer, I'm sorry. Yeah, I could.
Calvin Lewis. Dominic Calvin Lewis.
Exactly. I could have bought Palmer next week, but because of this 0.3, I can't. It'll spoil my whole season. So this is how you want to play FPL. Whether you're worried about the value, or you're worried about the fitness of the player itself. So,
Of course, those sure-in players, you can definitely transfer in after because these players usually are fixture-proof, meaning they don't have to worry about who they're facing with. They're bound to get points, is what I'm saying. So those players, if you really know you want to bring in, just do it when you can. Yeah.
My team has not risen from the first game week, so I clearly need a lot of advice here. Should I be placing Haaland as captain?
I mean,
Against Brentford?
that's
I
quite
left him out. I put Saka for the last game. But yeah, I clearly...
who are you going to play as captain if you're not Haaland?
I thought of Jota, because it's Forest. I thought Jota's going to have a good game, but I mean, how can you ignore Haaland and Brentford, right? After the hat-trick. I'm hoping he gets another one, and then I don't shoot myself in the foot. And I still have Vardy. So FPL Guru, could you please give me some wisdom? I know I asked you last time, should I still be having Vardy in my team?
It depends. Firstly, Vardy is a good fit because of the price he's at. Yes, unfortunate to not get any points this week and even got a yellow card.
Come, let me show you Vardy.
But I mean, it helps you. The thing with Vardy is that it helps you get to the players that you want, like Haaland, right? And in this sense, maybe having
What's his value?
but 5.5 still, I think. 5.6, so risen to 0.1. I mean, some people have used him to probably get to Haaland. And I think generally your team depth is there, but captaincy pick is quite obvious. It's Haaland.
Screenshot.
Yeah.
Place this to see what
For your team, for your team is definitely a Haaland pick for captaincy.
Okay.
I just don't see the rest outscoring game.
Maybe I'll drop the Man United players next week. Next game week.
Oh, you see a Man United players.
Yeah.
Onana, Dalot, and
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
But I mean, Onana might be good against Southampton, and Dalot as well. Just maybe the Fernandes part. I mean, he has blanked again for I think two how many? Actually, he's been blanking all the way.
Lousy,
Yeah, he's been blanking all the way. So I mean, unfortunate so lah.
Join me on this quest to not be the Everton of FPL. Right, guys, I'm gonna get there someday, hopefully sooner. But yeah, I mean, moving on from FPL, I know I kind of previewed that topic, but just going a bit random here. Singapore players, right, and then making it into the Premier League. We Goal 2020, we had Goal 2010 before that, right?
Yeah.
And then that's more team level. But do you guys imagine one day this FPL will be picking a Singapore player? Basically, he's making it to the Premier League. Do you see that happening? A natural born Singapore player in the Premier League. What do you think? Yes, no? Happening? Not happening?
Unlikely.
Why?
Not in the next 30 to 50 years, sir.
I mean, coming from a parent point of view, it's very difficult to push your son to focus on football as a career.
As much as it's like, I just live and breathe football is on my bedside table kind of thing. No.
You can play football after your work. You can play every day, but I think it won't give you enough.
Feed your family.
Yeah.
So for practical reasons, you think that it's very hard for that to kind of transcend into someone making the Premier, having enough motivation to make the Premier.
Yeah, not in the structure that we have, grassroots structure. Maybe he's born in Singapore, but probably live overseas.
I think there are a couple who are,
so maybe
Peter Crouch, I think no, it's not. He studied here, I think.
Really?
But he wasn't born here, lah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're born in Singapore, you're Singaporean, but you grow up in UK. Maybe you have a better chance at a career in the EPL.
So no
Yeah, I think it's a no. I mean, the whole system, the whole setup is just not there to facilitate that kind of quality development in Singapore, unfortunately.
I mean, just look at it. We don't have enough places to play football.
Yeah. I mean, if you travel to Europe, you just see football pitches every other place, that has empty land. So the development aspect here is sadly not up to the mark of international standards, I would say. So I think realistically, we're not going to see someone coming, at least from the Singapore, development.
What if it was like, I don't know, curveball on the other side of the fence? Because we're saying like practical reasons, which I also agree. It's not enough motivation and making a career is not exactly realistic, etc. What if there's some extreme case like, not the 1% Peter, what is his name? Peter Yong. What is his name?
Who?
Perry Ng.
No, the guy is Singapore top 1%, that one. What's his name?
안녕하세요, 데뷔형입니다. I'm Singapore top 1% super rich.
Let's say you're top Singapore 1%, and then you have the means, you have the resource, everything at your disposal. Your kid wants to play football. Okay, even then, right, do you think that Singapore-born kid, given the resources, can make it to the Premier League?
Not in the
Not in Singapore, yeah.
structure.
Not in Singapore.
Because the resources will send you abroad.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So essentially, it still goes back to like, here cannot.
The system, the system just doesn't work. Yeah.
I know of some friends who send their kids to all the academies, daily training sessions and everything, but looking at it also boils down to the kids' mentality.
I think the academies, they do help.
Do help.
From our time, I think it does help. You get a wider mix of players. But I guess overall, we don't have that grassroots level push for players. Like, I mean, when I was in Japan, right, I saw players or just school kids during school time just get a ball and play football. Like my kids' school, they're not allowed to play football in school for whatever reason. Maybe accident and the teachers do not want to write a report. So there's no CCA in the school, which I think it doesn't help.
The intensity is not there. I mean, for these players, if you look back at their background, it's really just eat, breathe, wake up. Everything is just football. It's the academy, they have the education all set in place, but they're always playing. There's always something about football. It's just the intensity is lacking here.
The parents play a part actually. Like, I mean, you can send your kids to academy. He can be training in the morning, but then what the father or mother needs to do, right, for the kid, right, if you want to make sure the kid turns professional, afternoon do some other training session, one-to-one training sessions, all these little things, right, every hour in a day, right, will actually help the kid to prepare to become a professional. Not just depend on the academies, the coach. You need to sacrifice your own time and spend time with kids. I have friends who do that every morning. Well, not football, but tennis.
Sure.
He trained. Yes. Every single day he trained the daughter in tennis. Now the daughter right now is like a top age group tennis star in Singapore. Not even Primary 1 yet. Can hold her own against a Primary 3 and Primary 4 players. Why? Because the effort he put in. So will the parents put in the effort in football or put in the effort in sending the kids to teaching the kids academic wise?
Still, I would think individual sport has a greater chance. Like swimming,
exactly.
tennis, golf. You don't rely on others.
Correct.
So I think that's the advantage.
Because you don't just need to develop yourself. You also need to know how to play in a team, right? So you need to have at least 20 individuals who are like-minded, same mindset, and then they can grow together.
A good example is Casemiro. That's a fantastic player. But now he's a scapegoat when they lost to Liverpool, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's sounding like a resounding no. But what do you guys think? Right? You can leave your views in the comments also below or somewhere here. Because actually, I don't know. I would love to see what happened, but seems like I think the hate wins over the heart on this one. Okay, I mean that's really all the time we have now. Thank you everyone also for watching the show. Again, the international break is 2 weeks. No Premier League for 2 weeks. We'll probably be golfing next week, and then maybe catch you for a drink or something the next 4 weeks. But that's the time we have. Stay tuned. Please keep following us. We'll do our best to kind of improve the show also. This has been SG Fan Talk. Again, the show that regular guys talk about the not so regular game of football.
Wait. Let's clarify this phrase. Why not so regular?
Because football is not a regular game to us, right? I would say the beautiful game of football, but I want to say the not so regular game.
Okay.
Thank you everyone. See you.
Right.
Bye.